The WZ-121 is a Tier 10 Chinese tech tree medium tank. It was introduced into the game around 4 years ago as the first Chinese line. Now, this tank has always been dear to me. I've always loved it. I mean, the mobility plus alpha, just having alpha in a medium tank feels so strong. And especially when it comes to this tank, being able to shoot somebody for 420 damage and have more DPM than them, that's just great. But when this tank was first introduced into the game, that wasn't always the case. Yes, it did still carry a 122mm, but its damage per shot instead of 420 was 400. And not to mention, its DPM was around 2700, not the 3440 we currently have now. It only had 5 degrees of gun depression instead of the 6 we have now. Let's just say it was a much worse tank. Its dispersion was worse, everything was worse on the tank that you could really think of apart from the armor. But the armor's never needed the change. The frontal plate on this tank is the same thickness as a T-54. And that might not sound like a lot because the T-54 is a Tier 9, but it's about 100mm thicker than the upper plate of a T-62A or an Object 140. It gets way more bounces on effective armor. If you're using its gun depression, it's actually really good at getting bounces. Its turret is very solid. And, well, the best part about this tank is the 122mm. 0.335 dispersion is really solid. 2.2 seconds of aiming time is extremely solid. And when you take a look at the damage per shot of 420 added on with the 3200 DPM, I mean, this tank's gun has no downsides. It used to have poor dispersion, and it just doesn't have poor dispersion now. It used to have poor DPM. It doesn't have that now. There are no downsides to this tank's gun compared to other Tier 10 mediums, which is great. And when we take a look at the mobility, like, sure, its power to weight ratio isn't amazing at 16.4, but it does reach 56 kilometers per hour, which is the same speed as an Object 140, and way faster than the 62A could ever hope of being. Also 70 degrees of hull traverse, which is actually insane. So the 121 is truly an amazing vehicle. A lot of people don't think much of it, but I can definitely tell you that this is a great line to grind down, and it's a fantastic Tier 10 to get your hands on. Now, I was actually suggested to play this tank and make a video on it from one of my subscribers. I don't know, I never made a video on it in a long time because it just kind of sat in my garage. I haven't played it in a long time. That's just kind of how I am. If I don't play a Tier 10, I usually don't think about it much, so it just never comes up in a video. But I can tell you that it is definitely one of my favorite Tier 10s. It's just one that I don't play too often. Kind of weird how that works out, right? Now, I'm going to give a forewarning. I got a new monitor. I got a new monitor for touchscreen Blitz. And the warning is that my previous monitor was 13.3 inches, and that's already big. Like, that's really big for playing Blitz Mobile on. This monitor is 15.6 inches. Yeah. So I'm going to have to get used to it. I got it literally at 12 o'clock, and it's currently 1 in the afternoon. So, I mean, it's just been an hour since I've got my hands on the new monitor, so I have to be very, very careful with what I'm doing here. So, just a warning, I might not perform amazing here, but I can tell you that over the next couple of days when I practice with the monitor for touch controls, it should get a bit better. I wanted this monitor, though, because it can actually run the game at 120 FPS, which is pretty solid. So, what do we have on their side? They got an E50M, they got a Sheridan, and a Skoda T50. Alright, I do have support from my team, which is obviously what you want. So I'm going to cross all the way to the far side. I like going over to this spot because it stops a lot of tanks, let's say like the Skoda T50 or even the Krandong from pushing very aggressive, so I can just get here. And now this Kron is basically stuck here. Oh, I misclicked. I did not mean to do that. Oh, I misclicked again. No! Alright, well, let's hit this guy with an HE. There you go. Now we can see the Waffenträger is running Spallliner. Yeah, the only thing I keep misclicking is the little battle commands. I don't know why they keep getting in my way, but it's like every time I try to click something else, they get in my way. Oh well, not the end of the world. Alright, so we got the Yo over here. Let's aim it on his hatch, and no, we're not going to be able to hit that just yet. We know the Kron's up top here as well. Imagine if that hits. No, I tried. We're just kind of chilling here. The E50M's off to the side, and if that E50M... Oh, yeah, the E50M was off to the side. Sorry, made a mistake in my words there. The Kron's still over here. Can't really do much to him. Wow, we hit that! Oh, that's insane. That is actually insane, the fact that we just hit that Kron's hatch. Alright, well, maybe try it again. Imagine. The shots are surprisingly close to his hatch, but just not actually ending up to be hitting it. Alright, let's aim it on the Yo's hatch here. Oop, just missed by a little bit of an inch there. But it's all fine. We can just put on some heat shells. We can, well, he's dead. Alright, let's aim it on the Kron. There you go. Nice tap. 382. I mean, you can just see where this gun hits so hard. I mean, the thing about it is that a Kron has 400 alpha. I have 420, so realistically, I actually outtrade the Kron. Although my 50B did not outtrade the Kron. I can tell you that for a fact. He is dead. So I got to figure out what I want to do here. There's the Kron showing me his lower plate, so we'll get a nice tap into it. 468 there. We're doing fine ourselves. I mean, we're still at full health, and we've done a decent job to the enemy. You can definitely see that I'm struggling with the new monitor a bit, but shouldn't be too much. I'll get used to it after a little bit of time. We see the Sheridan up top, but I can't get any shells into him. Okay. Alright, I'm going to push up a bit. It looks like our team is dealing with tanks off to the side, so maybe I can get a shell into the Skoda. Ah, no, I missed the fire button. That sucks. Alright, what do we have? Well, there's the Skoda actually right through here. Ooh, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Just look at that alpha, 434. I mean, it just feels great to be able to tap somebody for such a big slap. So we got the Kron, who I just realized is right in front of us, although I missed the fire button again. Man, I gotta really change my fire button placement for this this monitor. Oh, I missed it again! There. Oh, anger! Anger! Feeling the anger. Alright, well, oh well. Let's try this again. Let's aim it on the Kron. There you go. There's a pen. So yeah, I definitely gotta reposition this fire button. I gotta mess with that a little bit. Let's get another tap into the Kron. Nice. We're up to 3,400 damage, even with my mistakes. And all we gotta do now is finish off the Sheridan. Nice. Okay, so nothing bad here. We were able to do our job. We were able to get some pens on the opponents. And, well, we can just ram this Kron. Well, I guess not. I guess I'm just gonna lose a pretty big chunk of health ramming him and not even be able to kill him. But not bad. We were able to do our job, still hold the enemy team. One thing I always say is, even if you have trouble hitting your shots or being amazing on the overall control aspect of this game, you can still do very well as long as you understand where to position your tank. And this was a pretty good example here. I am a bit monkey when it comes to my controls, because obviously I'm going to have to mess with these after the recording. But, yeah, when it comes to playing a tank, if you understand where to position a vehicle, it doesn't really matter if you miss a couple shells, because you can still do very well. Like, sure, I probably easily on PC could have done over 4K, or even with the old monitor, done easily over 4K in that situation. But it doesn't take away from the fact that we still did well and were able to win our team the game. So just keep that in mind. Positioning is still, in my opinion, the most important thing when it comes to battles. Actually, you know what? Before we do load into a game, I'm going to mess around with my controls really quickly, and then we'll get back into a battle. Here we are finally in our second battle. We're on a Winter Malinovka. Alright, let's see what we got up against us. We got an M60, a Progetto 65, and a Centurion 71, plus a 92E1. Wow. And we have 3 mobile tanks. We got me, that was 7-1, and as well an M60. Alright. Well, hopefully my team supports me because we are down a medium, and Winter Mali is definitely one of those maps that if you lose medium sides, your chances of winning are much, much lower. So I'm going to push right up towards base A. I like going to this spot right here. There you go. We've spotted them crossing. Let's aim it on that Progetto, and nice. Tap right into his tank for 434. That is where Alpha just feels so nice. But of course, my M60 is not really... Oh, boy. I'm going to back out. This is a waste of my time because my M60, as you can see, is backing into a wall, which means he clearly doesn't really know what to do. So I'm just going to... Yeah. Let's aim it on this... Oh, wow, that guy's just pushing right up there. Okay, well, I'm going to sit behind these guys because at least then I don't bleed, and my M60, who kind of playing like a doofus, will bleed a bit more. Looks like a couple heavies actually could be pushing this way as well. Oh, I did not realize that guy was looking right at me. And, wow, a bounce on the side of that guy. I did not think we'd bounce the side of the M103. But that's all good. Again, we just reload here. We aim in on this M60. Nice tap right into his track wheel. And look at that. There's our hull doing its job, getting us bounces. Okay, well, my tank destroyers are definitely doing their job. They are absolutely slapping the enemy team. There's the Progetto. Nice tap right into his turret. Let's put on that adrenaline. Let's start reloading again. Come on. Hello, M60. How you doing? Ah, I was hoping that would overmatch his track wheel. Looks like it didn't, but that's all fine. We just reload here again. Oh, come on. Ah, I tried. That shell went to our lower plate. Nice shot, actually. It's pretty hard to hit a lower plate with a tank like the Progetto that's so inaccurate across the map, but he did. I will give him credit. Let's aim in on his. Come on, 121 gun. I mean, you can see the dispersion at distance is not amazing. Like, sure, you have that ridiculous aiming time, but aiming time doesn't really mean much if you can't hit your shells, and that's definitely the case with the 121. Its gun is not the most accurate, so like when aiming in on this Progetto here, I'm probably not going to hit every shell, but there you go. When you do hit the shot, it hits really, really hard, which is the part that I love about this tank. So we can just sit here, we can aim in again. Ooh, let's get a shell into the Ho-Ri. There you go, nice tap. And I'm not really sure what the Ho-Ri's plan is here, I'm going to be real. I'm going to push up, and I'm going to get another shell into the Ho-Ri, I'm hoping. Boop. Oh, there you go, nice tap. Just wanted to make sure that would hit, and our Centurion's having a bit of trouble, but that's all fine. Because I'm just going to get to the side of this Ho-Ri here, and boop, nice tap again. Alright, we're doing okay. We're doing our job. You can see just where the DPM, the alpha, everything feels so nice on this vehicle. There you go, 440 tap into that Centurion's track wheel. Let's keep moving up, see if we can get some more shells out. Come here, Centurion, I know you want to play with me. Alright, we can't get a shell into the M60 just yet, so let's keep going for the Sense, and boop, nice tap, another 400 damage there. Think about it, I almost have the same alpha as the Centurion, but this guy actually has to aim in and pen me, and I just need to tap him with a 440 or 420 alpha every time. And the best part is we actually, I'm pretty sure we almost out-reload him. Alright, well there goes our Ho-Ri finishing him off. Let's finish off the M60, there you go. And that means all that's left is the Jagdpanzer. Another pretty solid battle. I definitely hit my fire button more this time, I can tell you that. So, not bad, 4,500 damage. Yeah, not bad at all. I think that maybe with a good week's experience on this monitor, I should be performing fine, but it's definitely going to take a bit of experience. So let's see. There's the Jag. Rip. Tried to pen his lower plate. I mean, right now we can easily take him actual even from his tank, so I'm just going to poke him. The only thing you got to be careful about in a vehicle like the 121 is overexposing your sides, because the sides are where your ammo rack is, and what that means is you can be quite easily racked in this vehicle. But when it comes to this, I mean, we already knew that he fired, so I didn't need to worry, and we were able to break 5,000 damage, so not a bad battle at all. Look at that. The 121 is a fantastic tank. Definitely one of the best tier 10 mediums out there, and it's not even really an opinion, it just is. I mean, that was a 5,400 damage battle, and that was a piece of cake. So, hopefully you enjoyed today's video. If you'd like to see more like it, please consider smashing that subscribe button down below. But other than that, I'll be seeing you in the next one. Bye-bye.